fans, get on your feet. NAU has a 2-3 overall record and is looking to rally up a win this Saturday. We'll give you an inside look at their most recent game and talk about what's up next. Women's soccer kicked off Big Sky Conference play with a home field victory over Southern Utah University. Get ready for the highlights. And Coconino football is on a roll with a pristine 5-0 record. We'll tell you how the Panthers are racking in the W's. You won't want to miss it. There's much more to come on The Overtime. Thanks for joining us and welcome to this edition of The Overtime, Northern Arizona's only sports show. I'm your host, Amber Neat, and I'm joined here by sports reporter Susie Conran. Susie, are you ready to talk sports?
Let's get it going, Amber.
All right, let's start off with NAU football. With NAU football coach Chris Ball and a roster full of fresh faces, the Lumberjacks are trying to find their flow. But they're off to a rocky start on the season, coming off of an away game loss against the Montana State Bobcats, 49-31. NAU carried a stellar lead on Montana in the first half, scoring the first 3 touchdowns and capitalizing on 2 of Montana's turnovers. But the lead didn't last. Montana's Travis Johnson ran for 105 yards and nailed 2 touchdowns for the Bobcats, elevating the score to 31-14 NAU midway through the third quarter. The Bobcats made an eye-opening comeback in the fourth, racking in 35 straight points, 14 of which were scored in an 18-second span. MSU finished with 340 rushing yards and took advantage of NAU's 2 turnovers in the last 6 minutes of the game. The Bobcats carried the lead 35-31 toward the end of the fourth. An NAU fumble by Case Cookus and an interception allowed Montana a 33-yard gain, and the clock ran out. NAU has struggled to keep momentum. Susie, what else can you tell us about this game?
Amber, the Jacks came out strong in the first half but let it all slip away in the second. In the first half, NAU gained 275 offensive yards but only had 162 in the second. For Montana, it was just the opposite. They lacked offensive yards in the first, bringing in 180, but came back with 263 yards in the second to shut NAU down.
The Lumberjacks will take on the Northern Colorado Bears with the advantage of home field. The Bears are 1-0 in conference play, but 1-4 overall. Moving on to NAU soccer, the Lumberjacks had a great weekend, winning both of their games over Houston and Southern Utah. They picked up a huge 3-0 victory over Houston. And here are 3 of the goals. Look at Maite Coco. That is a great long-range missile from Maite Coco after a great setup. And this really shows the dynamic playmaking ability that NAU has.
It's been awesome to watch them play this season.
Nothing but net.
Paige Malling, here's a great free kick delivery. And a bit of a scrum here to get possession, and what a great finish from the rebound for Paige Malling, who is the leading scorer for the team with 5 goals.
Absolutely, that was a long shot goal, and it just went straight through the goalie on that one. It's really exciting to see them celebrate. And then the next goal, the third one, we had Madison Montgomery. This is a great technique on the free kick. Usually on free kicks, they launch the ball, but on this, that was an excellent line drive for the score by Madison Montgomery, who has 4 goals on the season. Moving on, women's soccer also scooped up a tight 3-2 victory over the Southern Utah Thunderbirds Sunday. 2 of the 3 NAU goals were scored in the first half. Junior Paige Malling reined in the first goal with an assist from Kayla Terhune in the first 4 minutes of the game. The Lumberjacks started off strong and kept the momentum going as Kylie Kapuska received a kick from Madison Montgomery, nailing the ball past Southern Utah's Isabella Whitmore for the second NAU goal. Susie, how did Southern Utah retaliate?
Southern Utah tried to keep this game as close as possible. The Lumberjacks definitely kept the Thunderbirds on their toes. The Jacks attacked the goal with a total of 17 shots at the Southern Utah's goal. The Thunderbirds goalie, Isabella Whitmore, had a total of 14 saves, which played a big role in keeping this game so close. The Lady Jacks had a leg up on the Thunderbirds the entire game. The Jacks had a total of 24 shots and Southern Utah only had 4. The Lady Jacks came out with a bang. NAU's Tatum Hears scored her first unassisted goal of the season, bringing the score to a final 3-2. Women's soccer is 1-0 in conference play, headed into back-to-back away games against Sacramento State October 4th and Portland State October 6th.
Absolutely, Susie. That was a nice win against a winless team with an 0-9 overall record. Back to the football field, the Coconino Panthers have shown they definitely need to be taken seriously. They hold a perfect 5-0 record and took a win over Bradshaw Mountain High School last Thursday, 28-14. Coconino racked up over twice as many penalty yards as Bradshaw, but were still able to lead all 4 quarters. Susie, how have the Panthers continued to keep their winning streak alive?
The Panthers have been on fire this season. In the first 5 games that they have played, Coconino has scored 241 points, averaging 48.2 per game. A huge key to the Panthers' lead in the conference this season is junior running back Zach Bennett. He has 824 rushing yards this early in the season, averaging 164.8 yards per game. He has scored 14 of the 25 rushing touchdowns the Panthers have under their belt. Senior quarterback Jordan Lucero has racked up 218 passing yards this season, adding to the success the Panthers now enjoy.